Right, got a very quick one for you today. Wasn't planning on doing one at all, but my friend Richard, who works with Lee Shannon over in Bentley, came over to pick some stuff up. Just before he turned up, I heard a funny noise. It sounded like a hornet stuck under something plastic, like in a light fitting. It's very strange. I had a look around there, nothing. A bit later, Richard knocks on the door. Yeah, my car's made a funny noise. Oh dear, that's what it was. And the hornet stuck under something plastic. Yeah, that's probably it. Anyway, I gave him the stuff and we walked out to his car. And sure enough, on the dash it said handbrake partially on. Don't try and move the car, contact BMW. So we tried to move the car and of course it didn't move at all. Handbrake was stuck on. More you press the handbrake button, the more funny noises it made, but it didn't make anything better. By coincidence, Lee Shannon had been working on it's a 730D, by the way, 2009, and that sort of era of BMW all have the electronic handbrake. Well, it's mechanical, but it has an actuator on it. Yeah, he'd been working on the car, a couple of suspension things that needed sorting out, and Lee said to him, just hope I never have to work on the handbrake on this. It looks impossible to get to. And sure enough, he's over here and the handbrake makes the funny noise and is stuck on. Well, there's an emergency procedure and I'll take you through it. If the handbrake doesn't electronically work, makes all funny noise and you get the messages on the iDrive, then what you have to do is get into the trunk, empty everything out. Yeah, that was a hard bit. It had a full-size spare alloy in there with its tyre, so I had to get that out, a few other bits. Then the bottom of the trunk or boot, it's got a little flap that flaps over and you can get to something. I can't remember what it was, I didn't look. But you can't pull out the bottom of the boot or trunk. It's held on by two nuts. Now, BMW don't supply you with the socket to get that out or even a spanner to get it out, even though they supply the special tool used for deactivating the handbrake. So fortunately we're here anyway, so I've got all my tools. 11mm socket, undid those, pulled out the carpety bit. I will say the nuts are plastic, so if you're in an emergency situation and you haven't got a socket, just pull that up and it'll just de-thread the nuts, so you'll be able to get it off, no problem at all. Underneath that bit of carpeting, there's a funny little pit that comes up with a little mushroom on the end of it. The BMW special tool goes underneath it, pull it, and that should deactivate the brake. Well, it didn't seem to do anything, so I said to Richard, yeah, try to move the car. Same messages up on the dash, and the car doesn't move still. So I'll have another go. In the boot, special tool, give it a damn good pulling. It went click that time. I thought, yeah, that sounds more like it. On the dash, the warning had changed. Handbrake disengage. Make sure you have the gear change in park when you stop, otherwise it's going to roll away. Thank goodness for that, we thought. Stuck it into reverse and it went Excellent, let's see if you can go then, Richard. Into reverse. Don't. Oh, for goodness sake.
No.
Did you accidentally touch
No,
it?
I didn't.
Right, let's see what happens when you try and go. Yeah, you're still good. Thank goodness for that, Richard.
Thank you, Tim.
You're still good. It's obviously disconnected it.
Yeah, it's a noise. Thanks, Tim.
See you, Richard. My pleasure. Thank goodness for that. Yeah, that's terrible, isn't it, when your handbrake gets stuck on? Same message back up again, contact BMW, but the handbrake isn't engaged anymore, so he could happily drive off. I expect I'll hear from him later whether he managed to get home all right. I hope so. I was going to phone up old John McLaughlin again, put him on his low loader and everything, but didn't need it. So, emergency procedure, you need the special tool, which is in the tool tray, which is at the bottom, or inside of the trunk. Remove everything from the boot, remove the carpeting, rip out those plastic nuts if you have to. Special tool, hook under, give it a damn good pull, because you're going to need to heave on that for it to work. It doesn't do it with just a little pull, it needs a damn good pull. It unlatches something that then disconnects all the electrical bits from the mechanical bits. So there's no way you can engage the handbrake anymore, but at least you can get going. Anyway, well, thanks for Richard for coming around, for providing me with a very off-the-cuff video. Yeah, I'm afraid it's been ages since I've done one. I'm doing one on lambda sensors at the moment. It's taking forever. It's so complicated. But there you go. Anyway, put the thumbs up if that helped, and I'll see you in the next one.